Hey everyone, let's talk about something that's, well, it's everywhere right now. ChatGPT. It's on your laptop, it's on your phone, and it's definitely on your teachers' minds. But here's the real question we're digging into today. Can this thing actually be your ultimate study partner, or is it something else entirely? Let's jump in.
Okay, so let's just get right to it. This is the big dilemma, right? For every single student. You've got this incredible piece of tech in front of you. Is it just a shortcut, a quick way to get an assignment done? Maybe even a cheat? Or is it a genuine superpower, something that could help you learn faster, smarter, and deeper than ever? That's the tightrope we're going to walk today.
And look, the stakes here are absolutely real. They couldn't be higher. Just check this out. A survey from UK universities found that proven cases of AI cheating just exploded. In a single academic year, it jumped from about 1.6 cases for every 1,000 students to 5.1. That's more than triple. So this isn't some far-off what-if problem. It's happening right now in classrooms just like yours. And that's exactly why we need to have this conversation about how to use these tools the right way.
So here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll dive into the AI study dilemma. Then, we'll look at how to think of this thing as your new personal tutor. From there, we'll get into how to go from basic prompts to being a real power user. And we'll wrap up with the super important topic, the ethics of AI assistants.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the AI study dilemma. First things first, we need to be on the same page. What is this thing we're all talking about?
Okay, so the term you hear thrown around is generative AI. The simplest way to get your head around it is this. It's AI that can create brand new stuff. Think about it. It doesn't just search for an article. It can write the article. It doesn't just find a picture. It can make the picture. It's a creator, not just a finder. And that ability to make stuff is what makes it such a game changer, and also where the trouble can start.
And you know what? Even the people who built it, OpenAI, they totally get this dilemma. Here's a quote from their international education lead, and it's pretty clear. They are not about misusing these tools. They're actively working to show everyone, students, teachers, how to use this technology to support learning, not to just skip it.
All right, Section 2. Now let's get practical. This is where we shift our mindset. Let's stop thinking of it as some kind of magic answer box and start thinking of it as your new personal tutor, one that's available 24/7, ready to actually help you learn.
So what can this 24/7 tutor actually do for you? Well, a lot. You can throw a super dense, confusing chapter at it and say, explain this to me like I'm 12. Stuck staring at a blank page for an essay? It can help you brainstorm an outline. You can feed it your messy lecture notes and have it instantly create flashcards. Or, hey, create a practice quiz for me on the causes of the French Revolution. It's like having an incredibly versatile study buddy on demand.
And this isn't just random tips. You can build a whole strategy around it. Here's a really cool 5-step framework for making a custom study guide. First, you tell it your goals. Step 2, you get it to explain the main ideas. 3, you have it organize all that info into a logical structure. 4, you tell it to build the actual guide based on that structure. And the 5th most important step, you get it to quiz you on what you just made. See? It's a full-on active learning loop.
Okay, on to Section 3. You've got the fundamentals. Now it's time to level up. Let's talk about how you go from being a casual user to a real power user, someone who can get exactly what they want out of this tool. And here it is. This is probably the biggest game changer, the #1 pro tip, and it comes straight from a Reddit user. The secret sauce is feeding it your actual study material, your textbook chapter, your lecture notes, whatever. Instead of just asking a random question into the void, you give it the context first. You copy-paste the text and then ask your questions about it. This one move massively cuts down on the chances of the AI just making stuff up, what they call hallucinating.
And once you're feeding it material, you can ask way smarter questions. Check out this power prompt. You're not just saying, hey, summarize this. You're asking it to use a real-world principle, like the 80-20 rule, to do some heavy lifting for you. What's the 20% of this chapter that will give me 80% of the understanding? That is how you study smarter, not harder. It's about surgical precision.
And hey, don't be afraid to get a little weird with it.
This has to be my favorite tip. This user on Reddit talks about asking it to write stand-up comedy routines about what they just studied. I mean, how brilliant is that? It's not just fun, it's a fantastic way to make the information stick. And honestly, it can be a huge motivator when you're just not feeling it. A comedy bit about the Krebs cycle? Yes, please, why not?
Okay, so we've seen the good stuff, the power, the potential, the fun, but you knew this was coming. Let's get into our final section, and honestly, it's the most important one. The ethics of AI assistance. With great power, well, you know the rest.
When it comes down to it, you're at a fork in the road. On one path, you use AI as a learning aid. It helps you untangle complicated ideas, it sparks your curiosity. But on the other path, misuse. And that's where you can actually hurt your own critical thinking skills and, of course, your academic integrity. And never, ever forget, the AI can be confidently wrong. It makes things up. It hallucinates. You absolutely cannot just trust it blindly.
So let's lay out some simple rules of the road. Rule number 1, know the actual rules for your class. What does your teacher allow? Number 2, always, and I mean always, fact-check what it gives you. Number 3, use it to support your learning, not to replace your brain. Your own critical thinking has to be part of the process. And the big one, the brightest red line of them all, never, ever, ever copy-paste its work and claim it's yours. That's just a non-starter.
Look, this technology isn't going anywhere. It's only going to get smarter, more integrated into everything we do. At the end of the day, it's just a tool, a very, very powerful tool, but still just a tool, like a calculator or Google. So the power and all the responsibility that comes with it is completely in your hands. And that leaves us with one final question. The tool is here. What kind of student will you choose to be?